Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Glenn's Vinyl Records. And today I've selected 25 titles from my collection on the Impulse Records label that I would like to show. There will be a lot of John Coltrane records because a lot of his stuff, his really good stuff that he did, was on the Impulse label. So you'll be seeing a few John Coltrane records. But I'm going to start with two records from his wife Alice Coltrane. First, this one is called Tar the Old Dowd, and this is a spiritual album that she did. And it's the inside of it there. And playing on this with her is Pharoah Sanders, Joe Henderson, Ron Carter on bass, Ben Riley on drums, and it was recorded in January 26, 1970. That's a great one to start on the Impulse label. Next is one that came out last year, 2024, by Alice Coltrane. It's the Carnegie Hall concert, and it's live, of course. That's the inside of it there. And it's a double album, two records, and she's doing 4 tracks, 1 track on each side. Side A opens up with Journey in Satchidananda. Side B is Shiva Loka, and then record 2 is Africa on side 1 and Leo on side 2. 4 long tracks that go on for anywhere from 15 up to 28 minutes. That's great. Next I have 2 albums by Charles Mingus on the Impulse label. The famous one, Black Saint and the Sinner Lady. This one I always felt was a bit of a angry album. Maybe he was in a bad mood when he recorded this. The music is just very edgy and like angry kind of music. Playing with him here, there's a large band with trumpets by Rolf Erickson and Richard Williams, trombone by Quentin Jackson, Don Butterfield on tuba, Jerome Richardson on soprano, baritone and flute, Dick Hafer, Charles Mariano, Jackie Byard on piano, Jay Berliner guitar, Mingus on the bass of course and piano, and Danny Richmond on drums. That's a great one to get. This one I like a lot more. Mingus, and another big band, 10 people in total playing, but the music is upbeat and much more enjoyable than the Black Saint and the Sinner Lady. I like this one a lot better. It's a great one to get from Mingus. Next we have 4 for Train, Archie Shepp. And featuring on this one, Archie Shepp on tenor sax, John Tachai on alto sax, Roswell Rudd on trombone, Reggie Workman on the bass, Alan Shorter, Wayne Shorter's brother, on flugelhorn, and Charles Moffat on the drums. Good record. Duke Ellington and John Coltrane together. Inside of it there. And here we have John Coltrane, Duke Ellington, Sam Woodyard, Jimmy Garrison, Elvin Jones, Aaron Bell. And that's a very good one. John Coltrane live at the Village Vanguard. That's with his famous quartet of McCoy, Tyner on piano, Reggie Workman on bass and Elvin Jones on drums, but also features Eric Dolphy on bass clarinet. Very good record. John Coltrane and Johnny Hartman, and that's also with the famous John Coltrane Quartet, but with Johnny Hartman doing the vocals. Bit of an iconic album on the Impulse label. Great one to check out. A live album that came out 2 years ago, 2023. Evenings at the Village Gate, John Coltrane with Eric Dolphy, and it's all live, of course, doing great tracks like My Favourite Things, When Lights Are Low, Green Sleeves, Africa. And that's the inside of it there. Another John Coltrane record, quartet, Crescent, with the great quartet again, and recorded in April 27 and June 1 of 1964. Coltrane, self-titled. This one was, it is the John Coltrane Quartet. Jimmy Garrison, Elvin Jones and McCoy Tyner. It's the inside of it there. It's another great one. His Ballads record, John Coltrane Quartet Ballads. Impulse A32 stereo. The most famous one he did, which everybody always talks about, A Love Supreme. Very spiritual record, and his classic that has become an iconic record, well worth getting. Then we have A Love Supreme live in Seattle. So on here he's with the famous quartet, but he's also got Pharoah Sanders doing tenor saxophone and percussion, Carlos Ward on alto, and Donald Raphael Garrett on bass. And it's got some extended tracks from the album A Love Supreme. That's a great one. Gil Evans Orchestra, Out of the Cool. It's probably my favourite Gil Evans record, and it's with a big band, and they actually show you a layout of where all the musicians are seated during the recording session. That's a very good one. Duke Ellington meets Coleman Hawkins. It's got some great photos in there from the studio, and this is with Johnny Hodges, Harry Carney, Ray Nance, Lawrence Brown, Aaron Bell and Sam Woodyard. It's Ellington's band, but with Coleman Hawkins as well. It's a very good one. Impulse A26. Okay, Mel Brown. No, not the Spice Girl. This is Mel Brown, the jazz guitarist, and his album Chicken Fat. This is a recent reissue that was done by Jackpot Records, and they did a really good job reissuing this record. It's got some great songs on it. Very bluesy, funky type of music. Very good one to get. One of the greatest Impulse records, The Blues and the Abstract Truth, Oliver Nelson. And here he's joined by Paul Chambers, Eric Dolphy, Bill Evans, Roy Haynes and Freddie Hubbard. It's a fantastic lineup, and they do some great tracks here, and I would highly recommend this one to anybody just getting into jazz. It's great music. Pharoah Sanders, Karma. Again, spiritual music from Pharoah. And who's playing with him here? Leon Thomas, vocals and percussion. Richard Davis, bass. Julius Watkins, French horn. James Spaulding on flute, Reggie Workman bass, Lonnie Smith piano, William Hart on drums, Nathaniel Bettis on percussion. It's a big band, and yeah, very spiritual. Just 3 tracks on it. It's an iconic Pharoah Sanders album. Ray Charles, Genius plus Soul equals Jazz. Another great early Yeah, it is A2, the second recording on the Impulse label. Picture of Ray there. It's a great one if you're into Ray Charles's music, well worth getting. This one here is one of my favourites, Roy Haynes Quartet, Out of the Afternoon, and features Tommy Flanagan on piano, Henry Grimes on bass, and Roland Kirk, who is a multi-instrumentalist, but he also plays 2 to 3 instruments all at the same time. You can see him, there's a photo there, playing 3 horns at once, very talented. This is a double 45, sounds fantastic, highly recommended. Sonny Rollins. This one is original music from the score Alfie, and the orchestra is conducted by Oliver Nelson. So it's music from the film Alfie, which starred Michael Caine, and it's got photos in there, shots from the movie, but the music's great, fantastic music. Oliver Nelson does the arranging and conducting, Sonny Rollins tenor, Jimmy Cleveland on trombone, J.J. Johnson trombone, Phil Woods alto sax, Bob Ashton tenor, Danny Bank on baritone, Frankie Dunlop on drums, Walter Booker on bass, Roger Calloway on piano, and Kenny Burrell plays guitar. It's a wonderful record. Another Sonny Rollins on Impulse, and this is A91, and shows photos of Sonny arriving at the studio and being welcomed by Rudy Van Gelder to record. And here he's with Ray Bryant on piano, Walter Booker on bass, and Mickey Roker on drums. And they're doing On Green Dolphin Street, Everything Happens to Me, some great tracks. That's a great Sonny Rollins record. And we'll finish off with 2 albums by Yusuf Lateef, 1984. And here he's playing with Mike Knock on piano, James Blake on drums, and Reggie Workman bass. It's a great Yusuf Lateef record. And this one, which was live at Pep's, Yusuf Lateef. Very good live performances on this one. And he's with Richard Williams on trumpet, Mike Knock again on piano, Ernie Pharoah bass, and James Blake drums. And that's a look at 25 Impulse titles that I would recommend if you're getting into the Impulse label. And it's all for today. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, really helps. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.